Boop. Hello, Owen.
Hello.
Hello. You're going?
I used to have hoop dreams till
I found other ways to score! Okay. So, you're gonna be looking at that camera and answering questions, okay?
Okay.
Like, I'm that camera.
Yeah. But it's kind of, like, I'm just wondering, is it actually, like, proper practice to look at the camera?
Yes.
Because I always thought, like, I always don't look at people when I talk. I actually look past them. I don't know why I do that.
Just look at that camera, okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Hi, Owen.
Hello.
So this is an interview about, you know, Toronto DIY and, like, everything that kind of entails and your perception and your involvement in that. So, what's your full name?
Owen Carlson.
Nice to meet you, Owen Carlson.
I'm gonna say that like an interview.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I mean, like a job interview.
It is a job interview, technically. So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Oshawa.
Okay. And what kind of music do you listen to mostly?
Melodramatic and hardcore now.
Yeah? Hardcore now?
Yeah, I listened to the last year.
Okay. What made you kind of evolve from what you were listening to before into hardcore?
But no, I went from like melodramatic music to like hardcore, mostly just because of the scene that I was introduced to by you. But my first show was Mason Clockwise, and I instantly fell in love with those two. So
Yeah, and that was at Hard Luck.
yeah.
Yeah, last September?
Yes.
Okay, so that was your first show. Do you want to talk about it a little?
The first show was like, it's kind of wild because the whole day was just, it's kind of muggy.
It's okay, just keep talking.
Yeah, the first time ever going to a hardcore show was kind of muggy, and it
Yeah.
was kind of like, I didn't know how everything worked, how doors worked, and how, I never went to like a bar punctually or a show punctually or anything like that. So I was very much out of my element.
Mm-hmm.
But going into my first show, I got to see all the bands, and like I got to buy merch, got to buy my my Mace shirt, and got to see Clockwise live, and got you a Clockwise shirt and everything. So
yeah, and it's kind of different than like the music that you were kind of introduced to when you were a kid, right? Because all the music that you were kind of into when you were a kid, it's like all the people were like Tyler the Creator, and he plays like stadium shows and everything, and it's like with smaller shows, it's like you're buying merch like from the band directly.
Yeah,
like you're supporting local.
You like get to like when I first walked up to the Clockwise table, I was just like, oh, you must be the merch guys. And it's just like, no, that's actually Jesse.
That's Jesse Clockwise.
That's actually Jesse Clockwise, and the reason they weren't talking is because they were getting their voice ready. Because he was more just nodding. I was like, all right, cool.
All right, cool.
Nice. But no, I was into Quadeca and Tyler the Creator and Jake Hill before he cheated on his girlfriend.
Oh.
But that kind of stuff. But
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, would you say that kind of got you interested in the music scene? Like, other than like the people you were hanging out with, you go to shows fairly regularly.
Like, other than, going to meet people and see the same people at every show. Weirdly, I don't know if that was 100% what got me into it. Because, like, the second show we went to was also helped drive that, but it was more just, like, going out that I kind of liked that night. But it kind of evolved into liking the shows once I was able to kind of see progression and stuff, as I was saying.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to restart the topic. The question was that how I got interested in that first show?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't my first show that really got me interested fully. Like, I liked the friends that were there, and I liked meeting Evan and Lucas and Tina and Lexi and stuff like that. But second show was really what kind of solidified a bit more, and also actually kind of working doors and actually seeing progression of bigger and bigger crowds and smaller crowds, and seeing how it can fluctuate, because the first three shows were, I don't know, maybe 80 people-ish, maybe say, somewhere around there. And that's like, it's not too many people, but I've seen shows that go up to 400 now. It's like, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, and the difference between like a smaller show and a bigger show is just like, what would you say? Because it's like, it's all within the same scene, but it's like the size of shows and like venues and everything are like fluctuating a lot, because, it's hard to get like all ages shows that aren't like outside, or the venue is like $800, and it's like, can you just speak on the aspect of like doing it yourself, like doing it as cheaply as possible?
Well, like, for the first thing you asked, like, if the smaller shows versus bigger shows were any different, it really kind of isn't, because, like, you always talk to the same people, but a few people come up to you, and, like, I've had people, like, I bought a generator, everyone comes up to me, you're the fucking man. Another one where it's just like, like, and there's a group of people just takes you and go off one direction, you kind of just talk to them, but, bigger shows don't necessarily mean anything compared to smaller. Unless if it's, like, only a few people, then you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
But
and yeah, you bought a generator for like one of the shows.
I was getting tired of renting it. I just felt like it was better for us to own and rent out to smaller bands for cheaper prices than to, because they're charging, let's just say, $80 to $100, where we would only charge $50 max, really.
Yeah, and it's like,
plus
why
delivery.
And why are you renting a generator?
To do hardcore shows outside.
Yeah.
For everyone to see, not just people who are in the scene, but also the community.
Yeah. It's because like having shows being accessible and like in a park and everything is kind of like, it's a community event instead of like nightlife event, right?
Yeah. Like how you said, like all ages too coming in, and like not and all ages doesn't necessarily encompass like just kids.
Yeah.
Because adults that have normal 9 to 5 jobs that don't really get out can also come to those shows as well, that are in public because they are walking by. And I feel like that's more liberating, just to walk by something and see something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And get part of it for a set, something like that, right?
Yeah. So it's like having community. Yeah, because like all ages doesn't mean people who are like under 19.
Yeah.
Right.
And not just that, but also like I don't see the difference too much in like all ages versus not all ages, because most of the time it's going to be 16-year-olds that like minimum. You see a couple of kids, but mainly those kids get in because they have their parents with them, and usually they get in. So, only really 16 to 19-year-olds are getting excluded, which kind of sucks. And there are some friends that I have that are those ages, but it just sucks that it got ruined. But sadly I can't tell the difference, because most of them do get cut out, so they don't come to many shows, even if it is all ages.
Yeah. Why did all ages kind of get ruined, in your opinion?
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be necessarily underage kids that do it, but just anyone that does it, that steals from a bar and goes and grabs alcohol, or if they it's very easy if there is a bar nearby, or if there's going to be people that are doing drugs, so it's going to be kind of a safety aspect, so many people just go cut it there.
Yeah.
So they say 19 and it protects everyone, but it ruins those few years that these teens want to go out and see the shows. But like I said, it ruined that, so there's only a handful of teens that do show up to shows that
like are actually respecting.
That are actually respecting, and also that come out commonly. And the people who abuse it come out to 2 shows and then go, I'm going to steal some alcohol, or I'm going to join this wrong group.
Who steals alcohol?
I don't know, some Seascape kids or something like that.
Yeah, and Seascape is like a bar that was one of the last bars that was doing all ages shows in Toronto.
Yeah, they're a very funky place, and it's a very tight venue already, and already kind of like they have 2 bars there, so it's already kind of surprising that they didn't have not all ages shows, but it's one of the last few places other than parks and places that are dedicated to that.
Yeah, exactly. And then like a few kids stole like a bottle of liquor from Seascape and like almost got it ruined for literally everyone and everyone in the future.
They did for I think a few months, and then they lifted the ban, I think.
It's I'm pretty sure Chris talked to begged the bar to keep doing all ages shows. And like Chris is a great guy, and like kind of keeps that stuff trying to go.
Yeah, he's very shout. Mr. Shout is very.
Mr. Shout.
Mr. Shout is very.
Shout out, shout.
Shout out, shout.
All right, so talking about like all ages shows and everything, it's like that kind of lends itself to the idea of like, is there anything special about like the Toronto DIY scene that you've kind of noticed? Good question.
Well, no, it's more of like a very broad question.
Yeah, I guess so. Is there anything has like going to shows and seeing people who like make their own clothes or put on their own shows because they're renting generators, has that like changed your outlook or made an impression on you in any way?
You know, it kind of goes back to what I said about the whole park thing, is that, you know, you can do your 9 to 5 and never know this kind of stuff exists.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like in the aspect of
It's okay, take your time.
it's kind of the aspect that people like don't actually think about how much effort some people put in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you're just walking around with normal people. Some people, like, even job-wise, if you think about it, some people work on super specialty stuff, and then you walk by like a NASA scientist, and it's just a normal person. Or like, you know, you walk past someone, they run hardcore shows, and you know, never guess it, or they run metal shows, and you never guess it.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's also people where I never would have guessed that there's like basically full-scale shops that can come in a bag and then just plop down on the table, and it's like, oh, here's stickers, here's shirts, here's pants, here's you know, all these tradables and jewelry that person made. There's one guy that bends his own wire and makes you a spider necklace, and that spider necklace is like, you know, as an electrician that works with wire all day, I could tell you that that is beautifully crafted, because the little wire twists and how everything goes together is all one piece and looks wonderful.
Yeah, and it's just like materials that people have that they're turning into like cool stuff, right?
Turning into art and fashion.
Exactly. Like art is kind of coming from anywhere, and it's like everyone. You're saying like everyone in the Toronto scene is kind of just an artist, and like
Yeah. And it kind of adds another level of uniqueness to the city.
Yeah.
And, you know, because, you know, you walk down the street, you see a park, and you see graffiti on it, or you see a statue that someone made. You don't know when it's put there, but it's the same thing with this, where it's just, there's another layer of culture to the city.
Yeah.
And actually the most diverse place in the world, I believe. According to Google.
According to Google.
I think it is.
Mm. So how long have you been in the scene for?
Just a year.
Just a year?
Just a year, but it's been a very productive year.
Yeah? What do you do in the scene?
I work doors for FAS.
Yeah.
And oh my god. But also I hold your camera.
Yes.
No, but yeah, I work doors for FAS and work do merch mostly. But yeah.
You're also just a showgoer.
I was a showgoer, you know, and I try to help out where I can. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you bought a generator to keep a park show going, because like all ages events and music events are just, like you said, they're just important to the city to keep, you know, art flowing and to keep people together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find that to be very important, and I would like to be more involved. It's kind of, you know, it's one of those things I never got to do in high school, but now that I'm old enough to realize, like, this is actually something that I can engrave a little bit myself into, like.
Yeah, like there's people who will want to hang out with you and do stuff with you.
Well, not just that, but there's also my name will just be thrown around with it to kind of be like, it's always something I want. So I'm gonna reword that, because that sound
No, it's all good.
that sounded kind of what's it called?
Weird.
No, well, that sounded weird, but kind of sounded like egotistical.
It's not egotistical to want to like.
Be known.
No, not. I wouldn't say so.
I wasn't meaning it like that, but it's kind of.
It's nice to be needed, I guess, instead of known.
It's nice to have a passion project to work on in Toronto.
Yeah.
And to have a community that does have me helping out and have me, like, you know, doing, I guess, community work. I don't know if that's what you could define as community work.
I'd say it's like participating in your community.
Yeah. So it's just, because like there's tons of people that do that, but I never had the chance to. It's kind of fun to integrate myself into this one.
Yeah, like it's so you weren't really like into a lot of this stuff in high school until like.
No, like I never went out really until recently, and then once I did, I was like, oh, I never did this in high school. Like I never joined any clubs. I never, really. So.
Yeah. So you'd say like the scene has kind of changed what you want to do in the future?
It kind of changed what I want to do in the future, and also just makes me feel good about what I'm currently doing.
Yeah.
And drives me to to the next weekend to continue doing it.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.